Welcome to How We Heard It, the podcast about music, pop culture, movies, and more, with your hosts Wayne Bledsoe and Chuck Campbell.
Cheshire, I think. All right.
Is that going to get us an explicit?
Yeah, but I thought that sounds like one of the words we're not supposed to say.
This is Chuck Campbell with
Wayne Bledsoe.
I'm John Baker.
All right,
and this is how we heard it.
And what language was that?
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be Polish.
Okay.
And I wrote it down phonetically, and it's just a whole bunch of consonants. I thought I should have listened to that again before I did that.
Yeah, I've got a friend whose name is Polish, and it's like 15 letters and all the consonants except for one or two are Y's.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Well, this is all. There's a kind of an in there, but anyway, let's move on from my tragic mishandling of Polish. Our category today. We're doing great women singers. We were going to do great singers.
Right.
And, boy, my list got longer and longer. And then you popped me a message yesterday and said, why don't we divide this into 2 episodes? Great idea.
See, I already had 4. I mean, I have 4 pages.
You've got 4 pages of women singers, which really threw me for a loop. So you go way out there further than I do. But so we're doing women singers today, and our next episode will be men singers.
Right.
Which I probably won't have as many of those.
Yeah, I will.
I think I'll have more.
I
don't have many of any of these.
Speaking of women singers, Wayne, I remember one of our early episodes, I said something that to the effect of, I think women are better at expressing themselves in songs. See, you're giving me that same look.
I'm just listening.
Men are, and you gave me that real dubious, I don't think so. And it made me think, are women fooling me with their emotions? And you see through it? Or maybe I'm a better listener to women than you are.
I'm going to stick with what you said first.
I'm going to go with the second choice there. But anyway, favorite singers, a lot of that is we've already had a little pre-discussion here. A lot of that is just they're precise vocals. They're different kinds of singers.
Right.
And picking a favorite singer is kind of like picking a match on, Match.com or something like that. Because you will have a certain type of singer that you tend to like, but sometimes you won't like one that maybe fits your category.
Right.
And there'll be certain kinds of singers that you tend not to like, but you'll find one that you're just like, I like this singer for whatever reason.
Well, I'm all over the place. And John and I were talking when I first got here. And it's there are great technical singers and players who don't deliver emotion. You don't feel it.
Yep.
And that's the thing that kind of sets me apart or takes me out of some of the singers that a lot of people love. Is they can be technically brilliant.
Right.
And I don't buy it.
Right. Well, I categorized mine here, even though you probably didn't. And I didn't go by years or anything. I didn't do as extensive note-taking as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. But I was just talking before the show that there's a singer named Tate McRae from Canada. Mm-hmm. She's 22 years old.
Right.
She's a pop singer. I may have mentioned her once. She had a song last year that I like, Greedy. But they've pushed out a lot of her songs, and normally I find her very easy to ignore. She's actually a trained dancer. She went to ballet school and all that stuff. So a lot of her performance is based mainly on dancing. But her voice isn't bad. It's a high voice. Right. It's kind of like what a Britney Spears should have been. It's very sensual. All of her sexy pop music with a dance rhythm, right? But I was listening to a song that she put out this year called Sports Car. And boy, that song just got in my head, and I'm like, why is this? And so I kind of started listening to it because she's singing in this little high voice and everything, and it's like, why do I like this? And there's a pre-chorus in it, for example, where she's just whispering. And in the first pre-chorus, she's just kind of, pushing air through her vocal cords without any tonality or anything. Right. So it's just a straight up whisper. Mm-hmm. But then the second time, it's kind of layered, and it kind of, she punctuates it a little bit with an overdub of vocals too. Anyway, what I'm saying is it sounds like a remarkable vocal performance, which probably isn't just her natural inclination, right, but it's produced well, and it brings out something in her that I think she does have. And if some 22-year-old from Canada can do this, and we can be easily tricked in the studios by people we think are good or bad singers.
Well, it's funny. I mean, we've talked about it before. Back when Britney Spears was a thing, and my daughter was listening to Britney Spears. This tells you what kind of a nerd dad I am. Yeah. Because I was always going off on the producers. Like, so much of pop music is not really the artist, it's the producer.
Right.
We were driving one day, and Lauren said to me, I really like this song by Britney Spears or whoever it was. And then she stopped and said, I guess I like the producer.
You've taught her well.
Yeah. I think there's kind of minimal. Britney is more of just a performer, a stand on stage kind of get attention type person than
a singer.
Great singer. Yeah.
I mean, I saw her show, and I don't think she sang a note.
No.
It was all recorded, and it was like...
That's such a turnoff for me. Anytime
I know.
If I go see a band or something, and if there are sounds coming off that stage that I can't account for, I automatically it's like, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, that was but so many people don't care anymore.
I know. Well, that's the sad thing.
And, as John knows, as a producer, you can go in and you make somebody who can't sing very well sound pretty good.
You can.
And I think going back to Tate McRae, I think in her case, she does have something there that the producer's just managing to bring out. It's not just like a whole smoke job where you don't, she obviously. So, and I've seen her perform live, so I know she does have some kind of a voice. But like you were saying on these, this one category of voices, like the most, I don't want to say perfect, like the pure vocalists, who are very precise with their delivery. That's one thing that I found very divisive just within myself, because I can find some that I think are just amazing singers and some that just leave me flat.
Right.
Is that what you were coming across?
Yeah, that's what I always come across. Right. But I tend to notice like vocal tricks that vocalists use a lot, and after a while it kind of irritates. I mean, we've talked about it before, and we have different opinions on the membership of Fleetwood Mac. I like Christine McVie better because she hits the note. It's pure. It's just right there, and I do believe her. And as much as I like Stevie Nicks, and I think she's great, she is like, it's vibrato everywhere. I mean, everything is whatever, and it's like, and that's fine for what she does, but I get tired of it.
Yeah, but Christine McVie doesn't sing about anything.
Yes, she does. They're simple little pop
her
songs.
Her lyrics are just so vapid.
She had that.
They're beautiful. There's lots of nice harmony. It's real. Tap your toes.
Didn't she do that? You make loving fun. I mean, how profound can you get?
Hey, I love her in Hold Me. I love the line. Slip your hand inside of my glove.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
if your pants fit you like a glove.
But, well, I want to say, I mean, it was the trend, and we've talked about this before, in singers changed a lot.
Okay.
And after Whitney Houston, and went to Mariah Carey and stuff like that, when Aretha Franklin died, who I think is probably the best vocalist of my lifetime.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that.
They invited me on television to talk about Aretha Franklin. And they asked me, well, how many people do you think are influenced by her? And I said, not enough. And the people who say they are really aren't, because all they got out of it was the belting and the theatrics that she could do. She could belt everybody hears Respect. Right. And they think, oh, that's Aretha Franklin. And it's like, no, Aretha Franklin understood dynamics. She understood nuance. She understood drama. And she could put all that into one song.
And plus her vocal inflections are just so precisely her.
Yeah. That she did Respect, but she also did Natural Woman. And those are two remarkably different, but both amazing songs. So.
And she also, there's a song, everybody should listen to her version of A Brand New Me, which is this really jazzy song. And she plays the hell out of the piano on it too. But it is so subtle, and it starts to swing, and man, you cannot help but go along with it. And then songs like Think.
Oh yeah, Think.
Think is just a great one. And then the best place I think to hear it is there's a song called Sweet Bitter Love, and there's a demo version. You can hear it on YouTube that's out there. And man, it is just basically nothing but her playing the piano lightly and just her vocals.
She's playing the piano?
She's always
played piano.
She always played piano. She's one of the. She is one of the.
I don't know where I would have seen this one. Don't attack me.
No, it's just she is one of the few people that Ray Charles ever complimented their piano playing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She was a great pianist.
Respect. Well, you jumped over my cat. I didn't have her in my Pure and Precise. I had her under Belters Plus.
That's what people think about her.
Yeah, people who can belt, but also add more to it. And I have her on the plus side of the Belters Plus.
And before she went with Atlantic Records, when she was on Columbia Records...
They didn't know what to do with her.
Exactly. They wanted her to be like a Sarah Vaughan or something. And she could do that. She could be a smooth pop singer, a pop standard singer.
I think they wanted the Supremes out of her.
Well, later on, I think they kind of did that too. But, I mean, it was all there. And she could sing... Before that, she sang gospel.
There was a reissue, or maybe it never actually came out. It was fairly recent, in the past 5 years or something. But she went to this Baptist church and recorded live gospel record in a Baptist church, and it just made me just openly weep. I mean, it's so
that reissue is amazing.
It's
it
amazing.
Expanded, and Ray Charles actually guessed on that.
Okay.
Well, let's go back to the Pure and Precise singers.
Okay, all right, okay.
Because you jumped on something and jumped to Aretha, which is great. I'm glad you got her out there first. And I do have to say first, because I talk about Kate Bush all the time, I can't not talk about her, but I won't go into any depth. But just obviously, she's a singer that I think is a great singer because she's one of my favorite performers, period. But I've talked about her a lot, and you don't really care for it. It's her range that I think is good, and that's one of those things. Either you like it or you don't.
Right.
And some other, the Pure and Precise women that I had down, we have a similar experience with Karen Carpenter.
Right.
Because you and I both had good friends who were big fans of the Carpenters, and both of us, I guess, were kind of dubious at first and not really into them, and then we both kind of took up with it.
It took me several years, actually.
Yeah, and it's that richness in her voice that I think at first, as a kid, I was like, I don't want to hear... Maybe it was too emotional.
It was too sweet. It was so sweet.
It's something that kids just not going to hear. Yeah. So,
but it's
now I listen to it. It's like that's just brilliant because she's so precise, but also there's just that kind of, like you say, richness in her voice that she just it's like frosting.
Right. Well, when you listen to the song "For All We Know," which is the one that I think where she kind of does everything she does best. She is so clean and so purely on the note. So it's so pretty, but she has this kind of warm depth when she sings.
A velvety quality.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, she's not one that I listen to all the time, but when that song especially comes up, it's like, I'm going to turn it up.
Yeah, I can't fault it. And just even all the hits, I find her. Another one I have that I really like is Anita Baker. I like her because she's got a little more heft in her voice. She has a deeper range and everything. But if you listen, she's very clean.
Right.
It's not.
Does she come from a gospel background?
I don't know. She might.
I think she does. Most of the most of the great singers did have a gospel background.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've got some of the great ones. I mean, and this woman's songs where I think were just kind of ruined by the production. Yolanda Adams.
Yeah, I remember her.
And she's got a great voice. She's a great singer.
She had the song "Get There."
Yeah.
Okay, I like that song a lot, but I didn't really like her so much.
Well, it's because she had that contemporary Christian and modern gospel production and playing on it, and it's
there's a little formula to that. I think that can get in the way of an artist just kind of like you can learn a lot from it. It can be a great starting point, but you don't want to.
Well, it's
paint by numbers.
Yeah, it was funny because when I saw her in concert, I reviewed a show that she was on, and she was great. And then I listened back to the albums, and it's like, this is terrible.
Yeah,
and
I think I only reviewed the one album because of that one hit song I knew, and then I listened to the album. I was like, oh, this isn't as. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, she kind of tried to make the mainstream, and she also still had gospel stuff on there, but it didn't. She didn't really carry over into the mainstream.
What do you think of Sade? Because I've got her down.
I like her. I did get tired of her before she was done.
Extremely popular.
Yeah.
Her music is a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that ethereal kind of
Yeah.
feeling in her vibe and that voice.
Yeah.
But again, that voice can be employed the wrong way and just leave me cold. But she had kind of a warmth to it and like some kind of otherworldliness to it.
When I went and bought my first CD player, I went to the, I guess, Cats Music here in Knoxville and bought 3 CDs, and it was Sade was one of them.
Okay.
One was Michael Hedges.
Okay.
The other one was, I think it was U2 War.
Oh.
Well,
That didn't really benefit from the CD, but Michael Hedges and Sade both sounded great on a CD.
yeah.
But one you haven't brought up yet that really fits into that category and was super popular, still is popular, is Adele.
Oh, yeah. I've got her in a different category. I've got her in the Belters Plus.
She's a belter, but she hits it. She's technically really, really good.
I just made up these categories. They're not real. I was just trying to break it down. We can talk about her now.
Well,
I'm
okay.
not going to say, no, she's a Belters Plus.
We can't talk about that now.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's not one that I listen to a lot, but it's again when she comes on, I think she's technically great, but also believer.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think her earlier songs had more of an impact to me. I think as she maybe got through the pain and everything of what I think 19 was her first album or whatever. So those real early albums, she kind of got older and married and happier, and so not that it changed her completely, but it had a little less realness to it, you know.
Yeah.
But that Rolling in the Deep and what was it? Hello. I think, those were like from her first album.
Right.
Rolling in the Deep, just like, wow.
Yeah.
And that was one of her earlier songs.
Yeah. But I, she's somebody I like. She's not one of my favorite singers, but I think she fits into that category, and she's really, really good.
Well, I got someone that may be a crossover between belter and precise singer, but is Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, I've got her too. Wait, where's she? Where's she? I think she's a Belter Plus. She's a Belter Plus.
Yeah,
but come on now.
But she's technically correct.
Yeah, I mean,
she is.
She's trained.
and her pop standards albums are my favorite things by her. Even though she's known, I mean, you're right. Her early stuff, she did pretty much belt it out. You know, when she'd sing, the Buddy Holly covers or Willin' or something like that. Yeah.
Well, You're No Good. That's what I'm thinking. More of a belter. And even Long Time, she was, I don't know, maybe 20. That was one of her earliest hits. Beautiful song, and it had a kind of a different vibe to it and everything. And when I was reading up on her, she was talking about how if she could have done that song again, she would have done it way differently. I was like, no, you did it in such a unique way because it just. And if you see her perform it, I love the emotion on her face because she sings the kind of quiet, verses, and then she hits the chorus, and every time she hits the chorus, she just frowns and her face wrenches up, and it's just like that's where the real emotional, I'm going to love you for a long, long time. You never let me know, and all that.
Yeah.
Just great balance. And again, she was really young when she did that song, and to think of it being redone, it's like no, it was perfection when the way she did it. Well, she had a lot of different types of songs. She did the Standards album. When Will I Be Loved? Of course, I like Do Baby Baby. I've talked about that song before. And the Buddy Holly, It's So Easy. I don't know what other Buddy Holly songs she did, but she could just bounce around. She did Tumble and Dice.
Yeah, she did a version of that.
Wasn't that Rolling
She
Stones?
was a great interpreter.
Yeah. And her first hit was a Michael Nesmith song, Different Drum.
Okay, yeah.
They pitched it to the Monkees, and they didn't want them to do it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, she's awesome.
I think so.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I've got tons of Linda Ronstadt albums, and I mean, when you want Linda Ronstadt, there's nothing else that's going to fill that hole.
That's
true.
that
doesn't sound good, but
that's true. Anyway, another pure one I want to talk about, Pure and Precise, who does mess it up a little bit on purpose, but it's Annie Lennox.
Yeah,
because she has that voice, just magnificent voice. But she doesn't just sit on that, She scuffs it up and she'll belt it out.
Oh yeah,
she'll mesmerize with it. And I feel like she's the word for her I had was transcendent because she could just go into some like Who's That Girl or Love Is a Stranger, something like that.
Right.
Where she could come out with Whiter Shade of Pale. I think that's one of the best versions of that.
Yeah, she has a
standard
great
that I've
version of
ever
that.
heard. I mean, she just says so much, so well.
Well, but the thing with her is, I mean, she gets the sexiness of the song.
Yeah.
She's got that little growl that she
Yeah.
does, that kind of low thing. It's like, yeah.
It's got that super confident, almost dominatrix kind of quality.
Well, yeah,
I didn't think
she's
about
got
that, but yeah, I guess.
That Cheshire Cat smile too, just like
Yeah.
she's awesome.
She's a great
just,
singer.
Really brings it. And then there were the pure, imprecise women that I don't like.
Like who?
And well, we were talking a little bit about Joni Mitchell, and I know she's popular with a lot of people. But I was thinking, now who did that song? Oh shoot, it just flew out of my mind.
Both Sides Now?
Both Sides Now. Yeah, I feel like that was a good song, or at least thematically it was. And I looked it up, and first I came across Judy Collins,
That was the hit.
which I hated.
Did you?
Oh, I don't like Judy Collins even more. She there's just something too crisp or too polished about
I like
her.
Judy Collins, but after I interviewed her, I don't listen to her as much.
Oh, not a nice person.
She was okay. She was just very, very diva-ish.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's a lot of people. There were a
I
lot
should
of.
have talked to her then.
There were people from the '60s who had that. Oh well, I'm a goddess or a
Right.
god sort of an attitude, and it was
Right.
like that wore me down pretty quick.
But and John, you're one of the many, many, many millions of people who do love Joni Mitchell.
I really do.
But I mean, I heard the Joni Mitchell, and it's like, well, I don't like her version either. So I listened to Blue, and I listened to California, and it's like, I don't like. There's something just a little.
You got to get past that stage. I came into her when she was into more sort of quasi jazz, Steely
Yeah.
Dan.
I wasn't listening
And
anymore.
that stuff is just amazing to me. It's great music. She's a poet.
Yeah.
And her control of her voice is just immaculate, and it really makes me feel something.
Yeah.
See, I've always liked Joni Mitchell a lot, but I don't feel it as much when I hear Joni Mitchell sing it for some reason. I mean, I think she's great. I think she's got terrific albums, and even some of the later stuff I like better than the popular stuff.
Oh yeah, me too.
I didn't-
Hijira is fantastic.
Yeah, well, I mean that's still in her prime. That's in the '70s
yeah.
still.
Well, it just destroys me though to listen to the later stuff after she's just smoked her voice away.
Yeah.
It's what have you done to that amazing instrument?
But see, sometimes it comes out better because I mean, one of my favorites, who's on here, she's like number 6 on my list.
Oh, you did a countdown.
I had I had like the top.
countdowns.
I had my top 6 that I wanted to talk about for sure.
Where's
but,
Kate Bush? I'll just have to wait. Okay. I'll wait.
Cutting room floor.
Yeah. She sadly didn't make my list, but Marianne Faithfull, who started out with this pretty.
She's number 6?
Yeah.
I would have thought she'd been higher.
Well, I'm just talking about people who their vocals
Just
are
their
just
vocals.
like that I can listen to them sing. But she started out in the '60s with this really pretty, kind of fragile sounding voice, and then she became a heroin addict and was homeless and went through hell, and you can hear that in her voice, and it's all the better for it.
What were her like early hits? I don't.
Well, she had. As Years Go By was written for her by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Okay.
And then she actually wrote the lyrics to Sister Morphine, which was on the album Sticky Fingers, and she didn't get credit until years and years later. But she tried to be a pretty singer, and once her voice just got ragged, gosh, I mean, I feel it. You feel every bit of her life every time she sings, and she doesn't generally. She wrote some of her own songs, but mostly it was cover songs. And once she sings it, I don't think anybody else can do a better job. I mean, but she's kind of like Tom Waits, and this is a rough voice. It's a rough, flawed instrument that she knows how to use perfectly, or knew how. But.
What do you think of Barbra Streisand?
Well, see, that's the thing. I hate Barbra Streisand.
I don't like Barbra Streisand.
I know she's a great singer.
Yeah.
I know she's right on the note, but
She is right on the nose. It's like two on the nose.
well, it was funny because I was telling John, I interviewed Michael Feinstein a long time ago, and he was talking about Billie Holiday, how much he does not understand why people like Billie Holiday.
Okay.
Because technically
she's also later on here, but okay.
Okay, but she's not. I mean, she's not
She doesn't have a standards voice, though. I mean,
no, and she had a small range, and by the time she was like in the 50s, she barely had any kind of range at all. But every time she sang something, you believed it.
Yeah.
And I understand why Michael Feinstein didn't like her, because he would like somebody like Barbra Streisand, who it always sounds like they're acting when they sing.
Right.
And that's what I can't. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, it's that level of artifice that I can't.
Right.
I want to feel like it's real.
Yeah, and when it's like I am delivering this perfectly, and I am delivering the emotion the way the book tells me to, or
Right.
whatever, I hate it.
I have Julie Andrews on here, even though I know she's not really a pop singer. She was more of a theater.
Right.
And that's fine. That's the kind of voice to have for that. But I don't want to hear a pop singer singing like someone on stage delivering it perfectly or something like that. So no offense to Julie Andrews, but that's sort of if that sounds like the model for how you're singing, then I'm probably not going to like that.
Right. But I do like Julie Andrews better than like Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, I do too. She seems like a real person, you know.
Yeah.
And Barbra Streisand, she's probably a very nice person, maybe, or not. But you're looking at me like you got a story to tell. But it's just I don't. And it's to say, I would say of a more modern singer, Celine Dion, same way. It's like
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't like her at all.
It just sounds very cold and very exact. But just she did the I Drove All Night, which Cyndi Lauper did, and there couldn't have been two more opposite versions of it.
Yeah,
you know?
and we both love Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, I mean, Cyndi Lauper sounds like she was horny and drove all night.
Well, see,
and Celine Dion never was in the car even. So
Michael Feinstein would have loved Celine Dion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And probably hated Cyndi Lauper.
Probably, yeah.
But, man, I'd take Cyndi. I mean, I put down Cyndi Lauper because, the stuff on her albums was great. But on the album Largo, she does this song called White Man's Melody. Mm-hmm. And you can really hear how much range she really has. Yeah. You know, she gets down and growls, and then she gets up and she gets to the high stuff. And it's great.
Yeah. And two that you already mentioned, I just threw down here because I know you don't like Mariah Carey, you don't like Whitney Houston, and I have them down here. I have them mixed feelings about both of them because I get what you say. You don't like it when they're just ringing notes and all that, but I've had to listen to all of their albums and review everything and all that. So I feel like I've probably been exposed to more of their stuff and more of what they're capable of doing. And when they dial it down, although I don't think their producers want them to, but when they do dial it down, they're remarkable singers. Well, Whitney was, but anyway, so I had them mixed feelings about them, and I get what you don't like about them, but there's more to them probably than what you're familiar with.
Well, the biggest thing I have against them, I mean, it's two things. One is if they were singing "My Mother Just Died" or "I Have to Go to the Bathroom," they would be singing it with the same emotion.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I've heard them both get kind of smoky and mournful and quieter.
But I feel like they try to do everything. I mean, less Whitney Houston for sure, even though she started the trend.
Yeah.
But it's like they have to tell you everything that they can do in every song, and that's not serving the song. That's just showing off.
Well, I'll if you want, I'll try to find a little more subtleties. I know I can find some Whitney Houston ones that you probably appreciate.
I've listened to some Whitney Houston that I thought, that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
And it's a more believable, but everything, all the big hits, I just felt like you're just showing me everything that your instrument can do rather than serving the song.
Well, I blame their producers.
Well,
they say if you want to make the most money here, you gotta like ring those notes.
Yeah, but then every teenage girl that ever stands up in a talent show, they always think, "Oh, I could be Mariah Carey." You know, it's like, no, please don't.
We've already got one, and that's more than enough.
Exactly, and that's, as we've discussed before, that's why I like Norah Jones so much. Is like she just served the song. She didn't show off her vocals. She has great voice, but she just did what the song needed.
Well, I'm moving on to Belters Plus, so let me X out the ones that we've already talked about. If you want to go ahead with something else.
Before you leave this category, since we're kind of in a category, I want to mention Eva Cassidy.
Okay.
Because Eva Cassidy she was one of those people that nobody really knew about her when she was alive. If you didn't live in the Washington, D.C. area, she was well known there. But she could take any song and absolutely make it her own. After she died, the BBC, I can't remember what show it was, played her version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And all of a sudden, it was like everybody just wanted to find out who this voice was.
How is she different from Judy Garland or whatever?
You just have to listen to it. Judy Garland, and I think Judy Garland was a really good singer. I didn't appreciate her that much until Joel Dorn released a box set that had like "Zing with the Strings of My Heart," and some other things where I really got, well, this is why she's such a legend. But she takes it. It's more emotional, but it seems real, and she gets every bit of the dynamics of that song out. And when she sang Sting's song "Fields of Gold," man, I never want to hear Sting sing it again because she does such a really great, emotional but controlled version of that song.
When was she popular or whatever?
Well, it was sometime in the early aughts.
Oh, okay.
That she became a thing.
Is she dead now, or?
Yeah, she died. That was the thing. She died pretty much unknown.
Okay.
And then they played this song like a year after she died, and all of a sudden it just blew up. And they released re-released the albums she'd had, and then were cobbling together things from all over the place.
Okay. Sounds kind of like Nick Drake.
Yeah, it's quite a bit like Nick Drake, really, because really, I mean, she was struggling as when she was alive.
Okay.
And she died of cancer.
Okay.
But it was right around 2000, someplace in there.
Well, I've got a belter I don't think you like, and that's Hart San Wilson.
No.
Okay. That's what I do. And I was going to say, I even like Barracuda, which I know you especially
hate that song.
You hate Barracuda.
I hate that song.
I like the Wilson sisters. I liked Hart.
They got some good stuff.
Yeah, I think they do have good stuff, and I did like Barracuda. I loved Even It Up, though.
Magic
like
Man got some incredible guitar stuff.
Think about Magic, yeah, it does, and that scared me. I don't know how old I was, but I remember hearing Magic Man. It's like, is she talking about having sex with a guy? It's like, is she talking about someone giving her drugs? And is she talking about a guy giving her drugs and having sex with her? And I don't know. But and it goes into that long instrumental passage with the little angelic voices and and the guitar just.
It's got all kinds of great guitar stuff.
It's got amazing stuff in it. But I was too young for that. I think my sensitive ears couldn't handle that. But,
well, the only one I kind of liked when it was popular was Dreamboat Annie.
Okay. You would go way back.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I didn't really like them, as they go, the These Dreams and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the later metal art wasn't any good. But
I met them then. I met Ann and her sister Nancy, the guitarist.
I think they're probably great people.
They were, yeah.
And I mean, part of
very
it is
tolerant people. I met them, and there were a mob of fans that were just coming up to them with they could find a scrap of paper, and they'd run up to get them both to sign it, and they would just like, at this point they were been popular for a long time, and they'd just like, they'd be talking to me, and then they'd stop because it was a weird meet and greet plus me sitting there talking to them. So.
Yeah, I think part of it with me is like it was another one of those things that was inescapable when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
their music was everywhere, and you couldn't get away from it. And Barracuda got played to death.
Yeah,
and
what a great riff! Though. Yeah, I mean, for a guitar,
I
like that guitar.
You would. Of all the guitars in the world, it's that's the one you like.
But it's like memorable,
It's memorable.
John kind of agreed with me there.
I know.
Yeah,
he likes
Crazy on You. It's a great song.
Oh God,
badass riff.
I hated that song. Hated it.
Well, that's where we're just going to have to agree to disagree.
I know. John and I usually agree on more stuff.
I know.
Well, and we parted ways on Boston too. And man, how can you dislike Boston?
Yeah.
That first record sold so many
but
stereos.
Then Wayne likes Chicago, and you're not a big fan of Chicago.
Yeah, I like it. But
so you're East Coast, and Wayne, you're Midwest.
Well, the thing with Chicago is
I'm
I like the
Biggie and
singles.
he's Tupac.
Oh, that means you're both doomed.
Yeah.
Well, we went on to Belters now. Well, I've got some.
I've got Tina Turner.
Oh, Tina Turner was great.
I love me some Tina Turner,
Yeah.
whether it's Proud Mary or even Private Dancer or What's Love Got to Do with it. She's a belter, but she's got she can put textures in there. Just that voice.
And the fact that she took control of her life and
but
just succeeded beyond anyone's expectations.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, well, I think she was limited when she was in the Ike and Tina Turner review. I mean, there's some
limited
great,
by Ike,
Yeah, because he kept his thumb on everybody.
yeah, they were great songs, and she did some great performances. But like after she got out from under that and started releasing the solo stuff, it was like, well, damn,
Yeah.
she could do a whole lot more than she was ever able to do with him.
Yeah. You have another belter? Because I got several.
Well, one that's kind of a belter is Betty LaVette. Do you know Betty LaVette?
I know who she is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she like was kind of in the lower end of the charts in R&B in the 60s, and then she came back in the aughts and just knocked it out of the park.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, she's got an old kind of, there's a lot of weather in her voice. She's not as rough as like Marianne Faithfull.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, she does a version of Amy Mann's song, How Am I Different? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, you're afraid of her by the end of it. It's like she's going to kick your ass.
Okay.
That one, and she does a great version of Elton John's Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Okay.
And I like it better than Elton John's. I don't know that I think I probably like How Am I Different better than Amy Mann's version, but it's just because it's just like, where the hell did this come from?
Right. I've got, this is probably a controversial one because she was just kind of mainstream, but Pat Benatar.
Yeah, I like Pat Benatar.
Okay, cool. Because she got started with Heartbreaker, which is just a great, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I mean, guitar again. I liked it.
Yeah.
But, and then she had that We Live for Love, and they had two mixes of it. They had one that was just this very kind of...
Well, and she's operatically trained.
Yeah.
She's a correct singer.
Yeah.
She's a correct singer, but she'll scruff it up a little bit, put some stank on it.
I think one of the biggest belters is Betty Davis, Miles Davis's wife.
Oh, okay. I was
Funky,
Betty
gritty.
Davis.
No, Betty Davis. Have you ever heard any of Betty Davis'
I don't
stuff?
think so.
Man, it is some greasy, funky, yelling. It's fantastic stuff. You need
Betty Davis.
And she need to see a picture of her too.
Really?
She's huge afro and big.
Oh, wait, I remember seeing pictures of her, but I never actually heard her.
It was
I know you're talking
Miles Davis's wife, and
Yeah.
she was a freak. And another one, Mavis Staples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mavis
She was
is
just
great.
here in Knoxville recently, and we saw her and she's in her 80s, and she still just made me weep.
Yeah.
It's amazing how all those protest songs that she sang back in the late 60s and 70s are applicable now.
Oh, yeah.
About the struggle for justice and peace and equality, and it just really hit home.
I want to throw Shaka Khan into the mix.
Sure.
I Feel For You, more recent, all the way back to that first Rufus hit, Tell Me Something Good.
Yeah, I love the way she did that.
Yeah, that was awesome. She got so much charisma.
Yeah, and she's somebody that when you hear different things that she sang, she had just a whole range of styles that she could go into.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she's been undervalued.
Yeah, I do too, because I think she should be up there with Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner. I mean, like in the same breath as like the top tier belter women,
Well, we talked about her before in weeks earlier, but you consider Bette Midler a belter?
I didn't write her down anywhere. I figured you'd bring her up.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Let you do the dirty work.
Let you talk about Bette Midler.
I think Bette Midler I think she's a great singer. She can be very subtle.
Okay.
I mean, people think about, her first big hit was Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, which is a remake of an Andrew Sisters song.
Right.
But then everybody then knows her for Wind
Beneath My
which
Wings.
I hate. I despise that song.
Overplayed.
But I think the best place to hear what she's capable of and what a great singer she can be is her second album and her cover of Hoagie Carmichael's song Skylark. Because she's holding back, but the way she holds back and, she's just on the notes and she's subtle, I think that tells you what a great singer she is. And she doesn't belt anyway.
I don't hate Bette Midler. I just...
I like
just
her.
Never connected. Yeah, I know you like her, and I'm just the kind of missed that boat, I guess. I don't know.
Well, she also did great covers and a lot of the women I love, for some reason, they all cover Tom Waits songs. And she did great covers of Tom Waits songs.
Okay. This is kind of belter adjacent, but Chrissie Hynde.
Oh, I don't think she's a belter. I think she's post-punk.
Well, yeah.
I think that's a separate category because I got a whole bunch of
Oh,
post-punks.
okay. All right. So you got her in a different category. That's fine.
Well, here's a crossover, but I think she's a belter, and I also think she is someone that does take a strong influence from Aretha Franklin without going into, dramatic gymnastics, and that's Sheryl Crow.
Oh, yeah. I love Sheryl.
Her vocal.
I forgot to include Sheryl Crow.
You forgot
I
Sheryl
forgot
Crow?
Sheryl Crow.
I didn't put her down because I knew you would.
Just talk about the same people every time.
Her vocal inflections really do sound a lot like Aretha Franklin. On a big acrobatic
scale.
On a milder scale.
Yeah.
But, I think Sheryl Crow's undervalued.
Afternoon show.
I never thought I'm going to have to compare them now. The song that aside from the hits, which I like all her hits, I basically liked everything Sheryl Crow's done. But Bob Dylan gave her the song Mississippi to record before he recorded it. And her version of that, just the way she can just slide into the lyrics and, just kind of, she delivers it in this just really easygoing sounding way. Man, I mean, she's great.
She could have been like a Rolling Stone daughter.
And she's had such a fascinating story, too, because she was a singer in Michael Jackson's band for years, and the whole show was completely choreographed. And there was one song in there where Michael and Sheryl Crow's character on stage, did like some real sexy dances. And so in like People magazine and everything are like, is Michael found his woman? Are they having an affair?
No.
And they were not. I mean, she was just a mild-mannered music teacher from like Indiana or something.
I think she's from Missouri.
Okay, some Midwestern.
You're right. Somewhere like that, yeah.
That's a great story.
Well, Chrissie Hynde, I was just thinking with all the guitars and everything, those early, she had to like put her voice out there and over there. But you're right, it's more of a punk thing than a belt thing.
But also, she was like third or fourth on my list because she's got such a distinctive voice that you can't mistake her for anyone else. And when she sings, it's her.
Yeah, and it could be something, it could be Bad Boys Get Spanked or Tattooed Love Boys, or it could be something like Brass in Pocket, or
Kid.
I love some of her later stuff, Kid, Human, Stop Your Sobbing, I mean,
cover of a Kinks song.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And she was Ray Davis's partner for a number of years.
I thought they actually got married.
Were they married? They got married. They have kids together, I think.
Yeah, they do.
So another level of coolness.
Absolutely. Well, another one, I've brought her up several times, Laura Nyro, and she could be a belter.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know much about her. I don't know.
I don't know.
Talk about her a lot.
You recommended an album by her, and I listened to it. That's the first experience I've had with her.
I think
she's kind of all over the place.
But Eli and the 13th Confession, that's the one that everybody ought to have. Because it's just, and she does everything on that. She goes from that kind of slow growl to kind of a Broadway sounding thing to gospel belting. And, I guess probably her most gospel kind of song is Save the Country. And, man, she blows it out on that one. Okay. But back when we were talking about Streisand, I was going to say the one time that I believe Streisand is when she covered Stony Inn by Laura Nyro, and it actually had some grit to it.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, I kind of feel this one.
Gritty Barbara.
Yeah.
I got a couple of more modern belters in addition to Adele. I think Lady Gaga. And I think she's on and off. But when she's on, when she does like Bad Romance or Born This Way or what, Abracadabra that she had, when she's just going all gritty and out for it, she's great. But sometimes she belts and it just didn't hit right. So she's kind of, what she does well is fantastic. And then for me, at least, a lot of other stuff she does, I just don't really feel. Huh. And also Lizzo. Lizzo can really put it out there. I think some of her, what, Good as Hell, Juice, Truth Hurts, you hear these songs, she's got that soul and that, push in it, and she's got an awesome belter voice.
I got a belter.
Okay.
Blues belter, Coco Taylor.
Coco Taylor. Wang dang doodle.
Yeah. She got a in her voice. I think I saw her at the Bijou.
Yeah, well, she used to play here like every year for a while. She was great.
Guys, what do you think about Janis Joplin?
I think she's great.
I do too.
I can't stand her.
Really?
I can't stand her. I went back, I thought, let's hear this gritty Janis Joplin. I listened to Mercedes Benz, and I listened to Me and Bobby McGee, and I listened to
what's another little piece of my heart?
Yeah,
piece of my heart.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's just so aggressively grating. It's like I couldn't listen to all the way through any of those songs. I'm like, I don't know why I don't feel this at all.
Oh,
it's almost the way you feel about Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. It's like you don't have to go to the extreme all the time, and that's how it sounds like. She's just like scream. And I know it's her personality, and she was, like this. What?
Well, I want to give you a challenge here. I want you to listen to the song "Trust Me."
Okay.
Off her last album, Pearl, which is by far her best album, because that is a much more subtle song. I mean, me and Bobby McGee's on there too, and that's she's not screaming that out. She's just got a ragged voice.
I'm sorry if you can tell me Kate Bush is too much, and Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey are too much. I can tell you Janis Joplin's too much.
Well, I can understand people who don't like Janis Joplin because she is really in your face,
a lot.
and
it's
she's
a lot.
kind of grating.
And I didn't remember it being like that. And I listened to song after song. It's like, ooh, I'm not feeling this.
Well, listen to the song "Trust Me,"
and I know she's okay. "Trust Me" by Janis Joplin.
Yeah,
I will,
because that one stands out to me.
Next episode,
you probably won't. You may not like it, but you can hear where she's probably was going to go before she died. I think as each album she got a little bit less rough and ragged, but still had the emotion. And I mean, to me, she was like somebody was just getting control of her voice when she died.
Yeah, that's it. It just sounded so out of control, and it almost sounded like they're saying, "Be more out of control, more of that, more of that. Here, drink some more." And it's just like, oh.
Well, when you listen to Cheap Thrills,
you
listen to Cheap Thrills or the other Big Brother and the Holding Company album that was out before that.
She seems like a really cool person.
Yeah.
It's like I never had anything personally against her, but just trying to get into her music, I just didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, and
exactly.
And that's the thing. I mean, even the people who like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and stuff, I mean, I'm not judging you. If it connects with you, it connects with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
well, I got everybody telling me, "Oh, you got to watch this Billy Joel thing on HBO," and I was like, "I tried with Billy Joel. I just don't like
I've
it."
tried watching what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean, I stole all of Billy Joel's classics albums from my sister. They're in my collection upstairs. I've played them. I've listened to them. I just can't get there.
Well, see, I mean, it's a different subject. We ought to talk about that next week.
We'll talk about that next week.
But I watched that documentary, and it's interesting.
We're pushing time already. I've got some categories of maybe not the greatest, but like one I called Feminine Wiles.
Feminine Wiles.
Feminine Wiles. And that would be like, so I didn't know what to say, but like I put Diana Ross on here because she's got that airy voice, and the higher voice, and I've got her on here. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, her version of that, I love it. But even like Love Child, and she could, I mean, she's great. Carly Simon's not someone I would think of as like a great singer, but when I go back and listen, she has a velvety voice, And what was it? That's the Way I've Always Heard It Should Be.
Yeah.
I like that song. She did You're So Vain. That's what she's on. Nobody Does It Better. It's as schmaltzy as it can be, but it's just got that certain, I don't know. I just can connect to it.
I like Carly Simon.
And I think Donna Summer, who's like she would have been a remarkable just belter R&B whatever.
Yeah, but she's the result of her producer though.
Yeah.
A lot of what her sound is.
Yeah, but she's explosive and it's very sexual but very robust, kind of sound like most of the disco singers didn't have so much depth in their voice.
Well, the one you haven't brought up that we both like is Bonnie Raitt.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think Bonnie Raitt is one of the best singers to come out of the 70s period. I mean, she's great. She's a great slide guitar player, too.
Oh, my God.
But, man, when she delivers a song, I mean, she's not a writer. Right. I mean, her dad was a Broadway singer.
She did something to talk about, didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean...
She's been, like, her first album came out in, like, 1969 or something. She's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean, I just think she can take a song and just absolutely make it her own. And, I mean, my favorite performance of hers is Baby Mine, the song from the movie Dumbo that she does with Was Not
You
Was.
never know where a good song's going to come from.
I know. And, boy, the first time I heard it, I was getting teary-eyed.
Wow.
Because it's just so beautiful. And she's got Sweet Pea Atkinson backing her up, which that doesn't hurt. Right. But, God, she's so good at it.
Yes, she is.
And when she sings...
And, of course... I Can't Make You Love Me If You Don't.
Yeah.
It's just like, one of the most heartbreaking of all songs I've ever heard.
Absolutely. And nobody else, I don't think anybody else could have done that the way she did it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what category this woman fits in, but I really do love Emmylou Harris.
Yeah.
She can harmonize with anybody.
I would say Feminine Wilds because it's very pretty but light.
Really pretty and light, and sort of angelic.
Feminine,
Yeah.
And she's harmonized with just about everybody in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with her is, I mean, I like hearing her sing lead, but it's the harmony.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the best harmony singer maybe that we've ever had.
You were throwing shade on Stevie Nicks and the vibrato and all that stuff.
I like Stevie
Her
Nicks.
songs are like impossibly introspective, and they're real spell casting, and she's like the whole, witchy whatever thing. But some others that kind of do that too, like Dolly Parton can do that.
Dolly Parton is. I wanted to talk about Dolly Parton too.
Nelly Furtado. And one of my favorites, you remember Lone Justice, Maria McKee?
Yeah, Maria McKee.
I love Ways to be Wicked, and then she did a song called Dixie Storms.
Yeah.
But I don't have that under Sheep Women or anything, but that's just sort of a subcategory there.
Well,
you wanted to talk about Dolly?
Yeah, because, I mean, we all know her as a songwriter, and I think that's her biggest talent is being a songwriter. But as an interpreter of songs, and I've brought it up before, I can't remember what our subject was, but like her version of Dark as a Dungeon, God almighty.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's so subtle.
She can be very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a song about coal mining.
Yeah.
And it's the best version of that song, period. And then, that's very underplayed, very subtle. And then she comes out with something like Light of a Clear Blue Morning where she's just blowing out all the stops. I think she is a great singer. I understand people if they don't like her voice because it's that kind of tinny, nasally kind of thing at the high end.
I think it's a special thing.
It is.
But I love it. And, man, especially when she is just giving the song what it needs.
Well, I've got kind of like a limited voices that can do extra things, but like we were talking about Amy Mann, she doesn't have like a dynamic range or anything, but she hits just the right notes, kind of like Chrissie Hynde, I would say, that convey who she is, and there's a certain amount of empathy in her voice, and there's also a sadness, when she sings, and it all just goes.
She can
right
write a
with her
sad
voice.
waltz better than about anybody.
Yeah. And what I like, maybe not because she's the greatest singer in the world, but it's Debbie Harry. And what I like about Debbie Harry is like that was kind of when I was like becoming aware of who was actually singing and stuff like that, and what I was watching. And she had so much personality, and it was kind of a perverse, subversive type personality that I had never seen in a performer before. So she could come out and she'd roll her eyes at her own, like a heart of glass.
Yeah.
Like, she goes, once I had a love, it was a gas, soon turned out to be a pain in the ass, It's like, but she'd roll her eyes and wink and just like, and she'd deadpan stuff. And it's like, I don't remember anyone, and I'm sure there were other artists who did that before her, but she was one of the first one that brought to mind that you can have a different personality and still like command a song.
Yeah.
So,
I think she's a good singer. But
she can be a good singer too.
See, I put her in the category of stylists.
Yeah, that's good.
Because she has her own very particular styles, like we talked about Madeleine Peru.
She's kind of the new. If you don't like the older Billie Holiday, then just go buy Madeleine Peru.
Yeah, but she's got that doesn't have a whole lot of range.
Right.
Doesn't like go for a whole lot of big theatrics. It's all very subtle, but it's all she needs.
And Debbie Harry does have, I mean, like you look at their songs, like Call Me was definitely a rocker.
Yeah.
Tide of Tie was a reggae song. Rapture was technically a rap song.
Yeah.
And Heart of Glass was like a dance song. I mean, they were all over the map. And she just kind of rode with it. But it was always something that suited her. She would be great like in a piano bar or something like that. So I think she's got... They managed to work all their material around the kinds of things she excelled at, and then just kind of avoided the rest of it. So,
I've got like a quick hit list of post-punk.
Okay.
Courtney Barnett from Australia. She's got kind of rough, sort of, kind of Chrissie Hynde-ish, but sort of. She's got a really interesting kind of deadpan. She doesn't. I don't know if she's really singing. She's kind of singing, but it's kind of. But I don't know. It's got a kind of a Lou Reed quality too. Okay, Juliana Hatfield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I always liked her.
Yeah.
Liz Phair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very similar. Yeah.
Very
kind of an
distinctive.
acerbic wit. I like that. Okay, well, there's those. And
Okay.
Kathleen Edwards, she's not really post-punk, but we
Kathleen
hadn't
Edwards,
mentioned her yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we haven't mentioned Rhiannon Giddens, too. Rhiannon Giddens is somebody that's, I mean, she's got a kind of a, I think she's classically trained, but she's got that voice where she's hitting the notes, but she can sing anything. She can, any style you've got out there, and she doesn't show off, but, man, when she does something, she's on it.
She's great.
Yeah.
I would put Sarah McLachlan under kind of
I had her not as post-punk, but...
No, yeah, she's kind of a precise singer with a pure voice, but she has like this underlying warmth in everything that she sings that just brings something more human. It anchors it more than the just way out there singers.
Sure.
And Lana Del Rey, she's certainly a limited range vocalist, but she's talking about anchoring in. She goes for the low range, and it's just like she projects her own atmosphere. So she's created her own style, and it's not, you know, a traditional, like, oh, great singer, and I don't know how she would. But she did a trio with she and Ariana Grande and Miley Cyrus did a song for, I think it was a Charlie's Angels sequel movie or something like that. And boy, whenever it hit to Lana Del Rey's, it was like a whole different song. It's like, I don't know who put those three together. I mean, the other two maybe, but... also, I would think Polly Jean Harvey.
I got her. That's post-punk.
That's post-punk. That's like pulling your skeleton out of your body and dragging it off.
She's scary.
She's scary. She's deep slung and just growling, just alt rock. Awesome though. I mean, she just captures her own atmosphere, and that's what I like about Lisa Gerrard of Dead Can Dance. I've talked about her before. Her songs make me cry, even though she's not even singing in any language. You know, she's just made up language, but just that commanding voice. She may be the best voice that I can think of, just because it's so moving.
We'll see. You bring that makes me think of the lead singer of Him, H-E-M, Sally Ellison.
Yeah.
Her voice is so pristine and so pretty that I shouldn't like it.
Right.
And I love it.
Right.
Because I do believe her.
Right.
But it's man, she has got the smoothest, sweetest.
Who is this again?
This is Sally Ellison. She's in the band Him, H-E-M.
Okay.
Yeah, we both reviewed them.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite groups, really, because I mean, man, I could listen to her voice all day long.
I'm going to mention Susie Sue, because goth music was really kind of a masculine genre when you think about the artists and everything. But Susie Sue was like queen of goth. Very, very distinctive style. And it, again, suited their weird, you know, alternative type perspectives and lyrics. And a fantastic version of Dear Prudence, you know, that they did.
Which reminds me of Polystyrene. And
oh, yeah.
I like Polystyrene.
Yeah, I do too.
X-Ray Specs.
X-Ray Specs. I was stymied on that one.
And just to throw someone modern in there, I think Billie Eilish is certainly perspective as special. And a lot of people don't get it. And I see people criticize her saying, oh, she just like whispers or talks about dreams and everything. It's like, well, you're not capturing, you know, just how unique she is, and because it's an amazing voice. And her brother, you know, is right there producing her and everything. But they've created. I look forward to hearing her, you know, for decades to come.
Yeah. No, I think she'll be around.
Another current act that's happening right now is and the singer is Catherine Crutchfield, but she's performs as Waxahachie.
Okay.
And it's real plain spoken Americana music, and at first listen you just think, okay. But then you hear her voice, and she gets these little earworms that just hook their way into your. And me and my wife both are just like, man, I've just been hearing that song in my head all day.
I knew I did at least one of their albums, and I went in with low expectations, honestly. And then by the time I got to the end, it was like, oh, that was really remarkable. But then the next day I was doing another album. But I remember reviewing and being amazed for a day, you know. And how it was
that's the danger of being a music reviewer or a record store employee or something.
Yeah, you have to hear it over and over. Yeah, and I've flown into something else. But a couple of my favorite other singers are just kind of like wry, enigmatic kind of voices. Lily Allen, I know I've talked about her a lot. Her more mature modern stuff. And then Hannah Georges, I can't talk enough about her. She's from Canada. She's not well known, but her voice is just terrific. And Dolores O'Riordan, I don't know where to put her, but from the Cranberries, that range, everything from Zombie to Dreams, you know, and Linger. So
Go ahead.
Anybody ever heard anything by My Brightest Diamond?
Yeah.
Shara Worden is the singer,
Yeah.
and she is
Yeah.
the band, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they played at a festival here, Big Ears, a couple of years back, and she's just an amazing performer and got an amazing voice. It's gigantic, but she can control it. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Well,
What about your list of 500,000 women over there?
well, let's see. Let me just go through some.
'Cause I'm done.
You're done.
I'm
Okay.
done.
Nobody brought up Dusty Springfield, who was one of the best vocalists of the 60s.
Right.
And you think about the difference in Only Want to Be With You, which is like such a happy little pop song. Right. And then you go to...
She did What Have I Done to Deserve This with the Pet Shop Boys.
Yes, she did.
That was great.
And that was great. And of course, she had a big hit with The Look of Love.
Yeah.
And she was one of the first people to cover Randy Newman and her version of a song that he never recorded called Just One Smile on Dusty in Memphis. She's so good.
She is.
And she slid into notes. Mm-hmm. It was just, it was interesting because so many people are like pop, pop, pop on the notes, and she just would slide into them.
Right.
I thought she was great. Dinah Washington, September in the Rain, and What a Difference a Day Made. She's a great pop singer from the early 60s. Tammy Wynette.
Oh, yeah. I can do any country.
Tammy Wynette she was just a great singer. If you listen to her version of John Prine's Unwed Fathers, she can make you cry. She had that little heartbreak. I love Loretta Lynn. I think Loretta Lynn's a better artist because she was a better songwriter. She was a great songwriter. Tammy Wynette was a songwriter. But I think Tammy Wynette's one of the great vocalists who started out in the 60s. Maddie Pryor from Steel Eye Span. She's a folk singer.
Don't know that one. I don't recognize any of those words. That was like my Polish. I don't think it was even
I remember Steel Eye Span, but I never listened to any of it.
Well, Maddie Pryor was the lead vocalist, and she's got a great voice. Peggy Lee from way back in the 40s and 50s, I think.
Is that all there is?
Is that all there is?
Is that all there is?
And her version of The Folks Who Live Up on the Hill is like one of my favorite recordings of all time.
Oh,
she is so subtle. It's so pretty, and, man, you feel it.
Okay.
I've talked about the Boswell sisters a bunch. Kirsty MacColl, who is she was, before she was recording her own stuff, she was backing up the Smiths and Morrissey and people like that as a background vocalist. And she idolized Brian Wilson, and she could layer her vocals in just a beautiful, beautiful way. And the only other one I have on here is Nina Simone.
Oh, yeah.
And Nina Simone was kind of she took me a while to get used to the way she sang because she is so unconventional. But when you listen to Mississippi Goddamn or Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, man.
There's a great documentary about her.
Yeah, but I kind of liked her even less after that.
Oh, yeah?
Because she just was, I felt like she treated her daughter so bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty rough, but she was had a lot of mental problems.
That's the thing, was that she had a lot of mental problems.
But an incredible, talk about a stylist, there's nobody who sounds like Nina Simone.
I have one that defies categorization unless you can find one for her, and that is Bjork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's the definition of ill-defined.
I don't know what Bjork is.
She's her own genre.
Yeah, she is a cartoon pop rock singer. Yeah, she's great. She's great. I loved her in Sugar Cubes, except for that whole show in Atlanta I told you about, and which wasn't her fault. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're going to move to recommendations then?
Okay.
All right. Well, we're talking about women singers, and this one's not great, but Madonna, she's got something new out. This is like, so it's called Veronica Electronica, and it was released in July. And this is like a side album that she made when she did Ray of Light. So she did Ray of Light, and then these producers did remixes of Ray of Light songs, and they called it Veronica Electronica. And it was supposed to be Madonna's alternate personality. Fans were crazy about this when they heard about it, and it didn't come out, and it didn't come out. And they said, well, it didn't come out because Ray of Light was such a surprising, huge hit. That came out in 1998, and her career had been like slumping a little bit, and it was such a big rebound for her. So they finally they've been teasing it, and they finally put it out, and it's just not good. I mean, I can recommend it to fans of Madonna and fans of like late 90s electronica, but the songs they take, it's like big producers too, like Peter Rothauer and Sasha and William Orbit, who was like had his hands all over Rave Live.
Yeah, he produced Rave
And
Live.
he actually does the best one. He redoes Frozen, and there's some of her vocals in it, but almost all the other songs, it's just like the essence of a hint of her vocals, and they're just all electronica, instrumental focus. It's like, wow, this isn't her alternate personality anyway. This is just instrumental dance music from the late 90s. So it's like a disappointment. And there is a demo song, Gone, 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 that was never released. It's not bad. So it's not bad. The Frozen...
You're dimming it with faint praise.
Yeah.
You really are.
Madonna completist would like it. Again, late 90s electronica music, people might like it. But it's not what people were expecting, I don't think. So, But there's good news. Her last great hit, her biggest album of this century, Confessions on a Dance Floor, which came out in 2005. She's working with Stuart Price again, who had a hand in that. That was a great album, and it was her last great album. And they are doing a sequel, and she's working with Stuart Price, and it might come out this year, but they're teasing that, so maybe she'll make up for the Veronica Electronica with the Confessions Part 2 or whatever. So I've got some good news, maybe, I hope. And then if Veronica Electronica is finally out there, if you like her, you'll probably like it okay, but it's not what fans have been hoping it would be for 27 years.
Okay. John?
Oh, we're talking about music.
Yeah.
I discovered this band today. I've started, it's a discussion of streaming services here. I have Apple Music. I used to have Spotify, and Spotify does a great job of giving you new stuff to listen to all the time. Apple does a horrible job of that. You have to actively come up with...
We love Apple Podcasts.
No criticism.
It's great
but you have to deploy active measures to find new music. And so what I've been
We
doing...
love Spotify, too. Podcasts.
Well, I had to leave because of Joe Rogan. But
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we love Amazon Music Podcasts. Those are great.
Anyway, so what I've taken to doing is just like I'll think of a song that I really like, and when it starts playing, there's those 3 little dots on there, and you can say create a station, and it'll just make a radio station based on that song. And I've gotten a lot of, so I did a Roger Joseph Manning, who was one of the members of Jellyfish, and he put out a bunch of solo records that are really, really good. And so I found this one artist, and this is one of my favorite things when I hear a song by an artist I don't know, and I think, wow, I really like that, and I look them up, and they've got like 7 albums.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, man, and that's what happened with this artist named Bleu, Bleu. It's
Okay, so the French spelling.
Yes.
Okay.
Or the cheese.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's French spelling the cheese.
It says on here that he's from Santa Monica, California. So,
Okay.
But I mean, he's got an album out that came out in 2024. It's a soundtrack to The Golden Boy.
Okay.
But it's guitar, pop, rock. He's a really good songwriter, and he's got a really nice voice. And the album that I was listening to today is called Redhead, and it's from 2003.
That sounds familiar. Redhead by Blue.
At times, it sounds like Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
It's kind of got heavy guitar riffing and kind of a bed of like fuzz guitars, but it's still pop music. I don't know. I like it.
In Santa Monica,
Cool.
you say.
Yeah.
My favorite
Give them a spin.
parts of LA. Oh, okay. Will do.
Well, as we talking about Billie Holiday, I'm going to recommend the last album that was released while she was alive, Lady in Satin, which is highly orchestrated, and you can tell just how little of her voice is left, but it's beautiful. And if you're just going to check it out and check out one song, check out the song You've Changed, because everything that's in that song, she gets out of it, and it's terrific. And you know, she's a lot better singer, probably technically in the 30s when her first stuff was recorded, but 1958 she was a year away from dying, and it's terrific.
All right.
Okay.
Do movie.
Well, I can do, while I'm here, I'll go ahead and do Sketch. I saw Sketch over the weekend with my grandson.
Tell us about Sketch.
It's a new movie about a family of a boy, a girl, the father, and the mother has recently died. And the school is troubled over her drawings because she has these violent, horrible drawings.
Right.
And she puts them all in a notebook, and she drops them in this pool, and they come to life.
Is this animated?
It is live action.
Okay.
But it's got, it's computer
Sketches.
graphics that bring her drawings to life. And
Okay.
it's cool because it looks like what a kid would draw.
Okay.
And there's squiggly lines, and there's Google eyes, and
That sounds familiar.
I could relate to this child. But it's an interesting movie because it's super low budget. It's put out by this company that's doing family-friendly films. Quality-wise, it's along the lines, if you ever watch the TV shows Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps, it's kind of on that technical quality. It's not, you're not going to watch this.
Grandson?
He's 7.
7, okay.
And he thought it was pretty scary.
Okay.
But it's fun.
Okay.
And I'm not recommending, if you see it, you're not watching a movie directed by Martin Scorsese.
Right.
You're watching a very low-budget movie, and the acting is okay.
Okay.
And the production quality is okay. But
Kind
it's
of sing praise again.
but it's got such a good concept, and it's well done, and the message is right.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Okay.
My friend Roger Moore, who reviews for Movie Nation, was pretty lackluster in what he thought about it. But I disagree with Roger every once in a while, and I disagree with him on this. I think it's a good movie.
All right.
Don't expect brilliance; just expect something that's fun.
Okay. John.
All right. I just accidentally I was watching Netflix the other night, and there's a new series out. It's a 6-part series. It's a crime drama, and it's called Untamed. And it's a murder mystery set in Yosemite National Park. And the two central characters are an older, established park ranger, played by Eric Bana, and a young, new park ranger who just transferred in from the LAPD. And she's a street cop. And so she's got all kinds of street tough, but she doesn't know anything about nature. And it reveals itself slowly. It's not a comedy. It's a drama. But the story's really well done. I like the way it's laid out. You sense that these people have troubles, but you don't know what they are, and they slowly get revealed over the course of the thing. And I binged it. I just loved it. I thought it was great.
Untamed?
Untamed. It's on Netflix.
Okay. All right. Well, so I love my dumb movies. I obviously had to see The Naked Gun, which is just as stupid and hilarious and hit or miss. A lot of the little bits don't work.
Right.
But Liam Neeson, which I was dubious about how he would do in this because Leslie Nielsen was the original Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun movies. And Liam Neeson is playing Frank Drebin Jr. So, and like all the cops in it are like the sons of the cops from the first movies. And there's a scene where they're kind of all at the altar of their dads and everything. And then they get to the son of O.J. Simpson. When they got to him, he goes, "Nah, we ain't going to do this." So that was one of the funny. But it's just dumb, stupid.
Same production team, Zucker and...
Well, I'm not sure, but it's the same notes and the same tone. It's very much, Airplane and Top Secret. And
those are hilarious movies.
Yeah, they're stupid, and some of the little bits aren't so good. Pamela Anderson's in it as his love interest, and she's good. She does this terrible scat singing, which is awesome because that's part of it. The opening scene, Liam Neeson is like an undercover cop who's a schoolgirl. And I mean, this man's like in his 60s. And he's wearing like this little schoolgirl skirt.
I love Liam Neeson.
It's just so stupid. And like and I don't even know what the plot's about. It's something about, some people are going to take over the world and whatever, and, big important stakes. And maybe, I think their police, I guess their station's going to be closed down or whatever, their police squad. And CCH Pounder's in it as his chief, and she's kind of an interesting twist too. But lots of sight gags, just really dumb things, and I laughed and then forgot all about it when I left. But I see little bits of it. It's like, yeah, sometimes you just need the dumbest of the dumb movies.
Yeah, but those sometimes I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah,
many jokes in many of their earlier movies are just regular conversation with me and my wife. I mean,
and they have a whole like the original Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen and Priscilla Presley. They have a whole scene about them falling in love and doing just stupid, crazy things, and they create a snowman, and he becomes a throuple with them at one point. It's just outlandish, and it's not. I don't think it's been cursed by woke or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty edgy, but it's PG-13 too. Uh-huh. I saw a review on Reddit that said this is one of the tamest R-rated movies I've ever seen. It's like, because it's not R. But anyway, if you like the dumb things, if you like the airplane movies, Naked Gun, Top Secret, it's hit and miss, but the hits hit well.
Sounds good. I mean, I'll buy Liam Neeson in just about anything these days. He is.
I wasn't sure.
Well, and he always plays such serious characters, but I get the sense that he's got a really good sense of humor.
I couldn't. I mean, you see him in the little schoolgirl skirt right away, so it's like, all right, he's going to have a sense of humor.
Oh, he's got a cameo in the show Dairy Girls. It's like one of my favorite things because he's a police chief and he's just so exhausted and tired of all these girls. Leave him the hell alone. He's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time up, we plan to do male singers, and we'll see what kind of agreements or disagreements we have there. Thank you for joining us. Write us. Go ahead.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah, right. You can write us and send us an email of your thoughts or suggestions to howweheardit@gmail.com. And you can find How We Heard It and all your social media platforms, from YouTube to Facebook to X to Instagram to TikTok. Anyway, we're out there, and thank you for listening. And
we are out there.
We are way out there, yeah. And we'll see you next time. We'll talk to you next time.
You've been listening to How We Heard It with Chuck Campbell and Wayne Bledsoe, a podcast about music, movies, art, culture, whatever it is that's on their mind. How We Heard It was recorded at the Arbor Studio in Knoxville, Tennessee by me, John Baker. How We Heard It is a Cozy Planet production. If listening to this podcast has given you a burning sensation, then we recommend you sit in a hot tub until your symptoms fade away. If you'd like to reach out to Chuck or Wayne or even me, you can send an email to howweheardit@gmail.com. So thank you for listening, and come on back and we'll have another episode for you next week.